Now this is a video I did not think would happen. With all this hate going on, the racism, the discrimination, the violence, it's very disappointing to see it. Every other video I've seen on Instagram, TikTok is in reference to all of this hate and bringing people's skin colour into it. Now, I don't watch the news much. I try to stay away from it, to be honest. So I think we should just all work together, and if you don't like somebody, just walk away. That's just me. Seeing it promoted on the news, and I will say promoted because awareness is one thing, but the way people get a kick out of all this violence is really sad. Some people even admitted travelling, and they didn't even know why they were involved with the riot. This week, Wednesday, I was paranoid to go to the cinema with my partner because there was speculation that Gloucester Quays, because I live in Gloucester, Gloucester Quays was a potential hotspot for riots. And knowing there are adults, I say adults, but people who think it's acceptable to discriminate against skin tone and ethnic background, I just think it's absolutely vile. And if anybody out there who's watching this video has been affected by any of that, I know how you feel. I know that when I was younger, I've been through a lot of different forms of abuse, but to see it on social media, to know it's potentially in the area that I live is, it's very real, very raw. And even though it is quite upsetting to see people on social media and on the news being hurt and called some horrific names, there are people out there who, like I said, don't even know why they're getting involved. There are people out there who say they know why they're doing it and it's a good cause. However, just remember, if you are part of all of those riots and the protests about people coming from a different country into the UK, just remember, when you want to go abroad on your holiday for a week or two with family or friends, why are you allowed to go? Why is that not a problem? There's a gentleman that walked into the gym on Wednesday and we were talking about this topic of the riots. He made the point of why can white people go to a different country on holiday, but then those same people can complain about people coming over to this country, whether it's to work, whether it's to live here or just to visit. And he's a white guy himself. When he was talking, I just thought to myself, this guy gets it. He's against it, but he understands that it's wrong. But there's loads of people out there who think it's right. And all of this hate, all of this BS, none of it's right. There's a lot of people who I've not got along with, professionally, personally, and regardless of their background, I never looked at them and labelled them as something because we disagree on something. It's completely irrelevant. If you disagree on a topic or there's something you don't like about someone, that's your problem, not theirs. You can work together to find a way to compromise, maybe even improvise. You have no right to look at somebody and use racially abusive terms to apparently justify or stand up for your cause. If you've got a genuine cause that you believe is right, there are healthy ways of doing it. You don't have to cause harm to people. You don't have to vandalise places. I'm apolitical, so I don't get involved with all the politics and stuff because I think instead of having parties, fending off for a bit of power for 5 minutes, why don't you just all work together? Because you can't have one person or two people running the whole country. Let's be honest. It's never worked. Over a sustained period of time, it's never worked. But I'll tell you what would work. Teamwork. If people worked together and said, right, we're going to have a large group of people, let's just say 20 people, for example. You just have 20 people 4 of which will support schools. You have another 4 or 5 that would support the roads and make sure the funding's there for that. And you could distribute different people across the nation to support different areas that need it. And by working together as a team and having that communication, you show leadership. And that you can promote on the news. That would filter down to people who watch the news, and you set an example. But instead we live in a society where people beg for your vote. And in my eyes, that's you trying to seek validation from people who you don't even know. They don't know I exist. They don't even know what I look like. I'm thinking, why do you want validation from me? I don't go seek validation from you. It's not about giving or receiving, but why not just action things rather than beg for people to vote for you and then you don't have enough hours in the day to do it? Why don't you just work together as a team? And unfortunately, I believe that politics and things like that do kind of influence this whole divide in culture where people are judging people on skin tone and stuff like that. I think it is pretty much linked, to be honest. Unfortunately, people think it's okay to be racially abusive and discriminate. And I know that that was primarily due to that event that happened in London, where 3 young girls lost their lives, I believe. Again, I don't watch the news. From what little I understand, that person who committed the crime does have a skin tone. But it doesn't mean every single person with a similar skin tone is a bad person. You can't paint everybody with the same brush. That's what's wrong with society. Instead of finding out all the facts, instead of really trying to justify the cause, you're actually insulting the people who have lost their lives and their families. So if you know anybody affected by any of it, show them love, show them support. And for anybody who is part of that, thinking it is acceptable to cause harm to people because of their skin tone, it's disgusting, it is wrong, and I don't care what you think, but if you think that that is acceptable, how do you think the younger generation are going to grow up in a society like this in 5 years' time? What's it going to be like? There are kids being born as I speak, recording this video. There are kids growing up as you watch this video, whenever you're watching it. What society will they grow up in? During the Olympics, Paris 2024 Olympics, a global event where we should be acknowledging different cultures coming together and uniting to showcase their skills, different abilities, different backgrounds, and instead we've got all the riots and the protests. So disappointing, and it's disgusting. I don't mean for this video to come across like a rant. I just find it disgusting how people think it's acceptable to treat people like this when there's no need for it. If you don't like somebody, walk on. It's not their problem. We don't choose to be born with a skin tone, but you can choose how you treat people. And if you mistreat people, that's on you. That is your choice, regardless of age, regardless of your background. So don't jump on the bandwagon with a story you don't understand. Again, I don't understand most of it, but I'm not sat here telling everybody what I believe. I'm just saying from what little I know, a crime was committed, but everybody's being painted with the same brush. That's not it. So let's be positive, let's support people, and like I said, for anybody out there who thinks it's acceptable to treat people like that, it is wrong. I stand by that and always will. On a more positive note though, I'm gonna swing by the gym, get a session, because that is needed after what's been quite a stressful week. Back again at the locker. Ordered some new earbuds because lost my last pair of buds and I found one of the buds, can't find the other one. And yeah, my first set of buds I ever got from Samsung, they've kind of died. So bought myself a new set. This set's actually from Anker. So Anker, if you don't know, they make a lot of great battery packs for phones, charging cables, speakers, and I've never tried their earbuds, so let's see what these are like. I'm thankful these came before the gym because I wanted to get myself some earbuds that'll work.
So here they are. Let's have a quick open at these before hitting that gym sesh. Really, really nice little case. I'm liking them, and they look a bit like, well, they're long ear tips. So, well, not ear tips. You know what I mean? The long bits that come down the side of your ear. Tell you what, these earbuds, got no end on them, absolutely phenomenal. I did not think that these earbuds would be so powerful. They're more powerful than my Samsung buds, so highly recommend. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can go pick yourself up a pair of these. Less than £20 I paid for these. Phenomenal bass. And that's a wrap on today's sesh. Just finished off with those triceps, going in for loads of reps. Not really about the hypertrophy training on that one, just going for maximum reps I can do with a lighter weight. But there you go, wraps at the end of this video. So take care, much love, as always, we'll make the movement. Go and subscribe, leave a like.